Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mayor's Riverfront Park, as this is the site of our location, or the location of our site, I should say, on May 17th. 7 o'clock is underway, and the match about to start between Kalamazoo FC and Lansing City Football. Two Great Lakes divisional opponents in USL 2. The home opener for the Eagles, as they're looking to make a statement early on this year and join themselves back at the top, as last year, not the start that Kalamazoo wanted at the beginning of the year, picked it up in the middle and at the end of the season, but they need to start off strong here this year if they want to make their fight at the top a competitive one with Flint City, as last year for the Flint City Bucks, the winners of the Great Lakes Division in USL 2, moving on to the postseason play, as everybody's fighting for that top spot, as Kalamazoo's quest for the top begins here today. But first, the starters for Kalamazoo FC, as you're going to have McManus and Phillip up top, followed by Gaffar, Duran, Guffroy, and Smith in the middle, and then Inus, Bovain, Kanina, and Ramos behind them. As in the net, it's going to be Ronald Ferrari here today, as we are off and on the way here. Is the starting 11 for Kalamazoo FC gone through, and the match has begun. Ball middle of the field. It's Lansing City trying to get off to a hot start as well. Kalamazoo FC looking to have a very good and competitive team right from the start as last year. But this year, having every piece all over where they want it, as should be a very, very good season here for the Eagles. As we're just a minute into this one here. My name's Sebastian O'Leary, the play-by-play commentator for Kalamazoo FC. So I'll be joining you guys every home game this season for the USLW and USL squad here of Kalamazoo FC. This one's going to be played up the far sideline and out of bounds. Lansing City with a toss. As this one's going to be thrown in, almost taken away by Kalamazoo FC, but good job to stick with it here for Lansing City, as this is going to be up here to Mally Hayes. As Magala Hayes going around and through the defense of Kalamazoo FC, only to get it taken away there by Gaffar. So Gaffar's going to play it back now into Bayless. Still working out of the back line. Goes Kalamazoo. Almost a quick takeaway here for Lansing City, but Gaffar's going to be able to hop back on top of it. Now across midfield it goes here for Kalamazoo FC. As a tackle, slipped up and missed, as Gaffar's going to give on through and into the offense, as that one's going to be Phillip now crossing it across the field. And a shot here into the 18 off the head of McManus. And a good try early on. Brandon McManus liking what was brought into the 18, but nothing too tempting there for Kalamazoo FC. Still scoreless here, 0-0, early stages of the match. As played into Gugamos, and then a big boot that is going to take it across midfield and into that back line of Kalamazoo. It's now going to be slowed up and played into Ferrari. Ferrari's just going to go back to the other side, over to Ramos. Ramos now going to give middle of the field. And Kalamazoo FC with a middle of the field turnover, but a good piece of tackling there from Kalamazoo's defense. Is this one is going to be for Duran. Duran making some moves in the middle of the field. He's going to give up now to Guffroy. Guffroy just going to chip this one into the 18, and Kelly's going to be on the. Going to be Zuge. Zuge played to Adam, and now moving out of the back line goes Lansing City. They're going to try and get something over the middle of the field. That's going to find its way out of bounds and reset here for Kalamazoo FC. Tossed into McManus. Lansing City's getting some feet underneath it, and now it's going to bounce in their favor, only for Kalamazoo to get a foot on it and keep it back in their possession. As now it's going to be there for Bovain. Now Gaffar, excuse me, played up into the middle as this one's going to be Innes. Innes going to try and take it over to that right side. So that one's going to be there for Gaffroy. And now played back in to that back line at Kanina. As slipping up but still going left side, it goes to Gaffar. Gaffar going to play something into the 18, switches up. He's going to get tripped up, but no call from the officials. Lansing City taking a slow approach near that sideline, popped up in the air, and then back underneath it goes Adam. Played back into the box, and then sent up in the air near midfield. It's back on the other end of it now goes Kanina. Back and forth in between it goes midfield. And now into that back line as DeCosimo is going to play it into Kelly. It's now DeCosimo with it. Top of the 18. Going to send a strike over the middle of the field, looking to shoot it left side. This one's going to be there for Yasen. And then out of bounds it goes. Kalamazoo FC now. It's that back line playing some good defense. Only to give it up now. And then out of bounds it goes. See who the officials say it was last touched by Lansing City. So Kalamazoo going to take over here. It's going to be a goal kick here for Ferrari. As it's the beginning of the season here for many USL 2 teams around the Great Lakes Division, this is how the division is going to shake up for the time being. As Ann Arbor sitting at the top with only one match played and a win, 3 points, followed by second place and 3 matches played in Midwest United. So they have 7 points. And then Lansing City is going to follow it up with 1 point as they've played one match and tied, as that one came against Midwest United. So looking to get in the win column here today is Lansing City. Also looking to get in the win column in their first games, Kalamazoo. Especially to get off to a hot start at home. Be a good way to start this season off on the right footing. As we talk about having all the right pieces in place. And that being a spot where they struggled last year, missing some people early on in the year. Games not falling in their favor the way that they want them. But like we said, they got everybody in the spots that they need. A very strong squad this year. Top to bottom, whoever you're going to put in, bench or not, everybody on this Kalamazoo squad is going to be playing some class minutes this season. As following the 3 teams that have played at the top, we got Flint City, Kalamazoo, Oakland County, the Michiana Lions, and Union Macomb FC. That's going to shape out the rest of the division, but those teams in the 4 through 8 spot have yet to play a game. Or, excuse me, have yet to get in the point category, as Macomb, 2 matches, 2 losses. Michiana, 1 match, 1 loss. Oakland, Kalamazoo, and Flint having yet to play a match. Well, this one for Kalamazoo, I should say, is their first match. As now Kalamazoo FC taking the slow approach, but into their offensive half. And now it goes into McManus. Top of the 18, then slowed back up to Ennis. Ennis is going to go and look for something in the middle of the field. However, that's going to get poked out by Lansing City. Now towards the bottom of your screen it goes for Kalamazoo FC, as that's going to be a whistle on the play. Lansing City not liking the call, as it falls in the favor of the Eagles. Now quickly going out of the free ball. Up and over onto that left side as it's kicked off, and they're looking for a handball off of Gaffar. However, the official's not seeing it. Almost a good piece of tackling, but Lansing City a good piece to stick with it out of Dolabaipu. But another good piece of defending there by Kalamazoo FC and Kanina. Is now Kanina. He's going to play it on that left side. And now back into the middle of the Kanina. Kanina going to try and hurry it up. And a good ball fake here out of Ramos. Excuse me, that's going to be Smith. And then played off the left foot up and over. So that's a good idea there from Phillip to try and get that inside the 18. Looking for that back post. Unable to find anything, though, on the receiving end. It's Kalamazoo FC. As now DeCosimo going to try and find something here for Lansing to start off their possession, but right back he goes to Kalamazoo FC. Now McManus, he's going to be inside the 18 only to get that one taken away. A little bit of monkey in the middle. Football being played there by Lansing City. And a good job of defending there for Kalamazoo FC and Kanina once again. Middle of the field with Kanina it goes. And a takeaway here for Lansing City. As that's a good attempt there to get something going offensively for Lansing, only to get petered out. It's now shooting up across midfield, and then back it goes for Lansing City. This one is going to be Gugamos playing it back to the middle of the field. She's going to go to Carroll. Carroll now shoots it left side. As back and forth it goes, middle of the field with it, Zuge. Now they're going to play it right side to Adam. As Adam cuts back and across, he's just going to play this one straight back in to Cosmo. Cosmo shoots it left side. Lansing City, now they're going to strike it over into that right side of the 18. This one's going to be McGallahay's. McGallahay's in that corner. Great defense being played here by Kalamazoo's FC Kanina. That's going to go off and out of bounds. So that one last touch by Nick Kanina. And now a goal kick here for Kalamazoo FC, and they're going to start themselves off trying to find their way down the field and into the back of the net. Middle of the field with it goes Innes. As back and forth it goes in between the two teams now, Lansing City in their offensive half. Defense being played by Kalamazoo FC. That one's going to get poked out by Ines once again. It's Colin Ines, University of Louisville product. Playing some good minutes early on in this first half. 12 minutes in, still scoreless here for both these two teams. Kalamazoo FC being pressed on defensively. Keeping composure, and now they're going to find this one out as it's going to go up left side to Gaffar. Gaffar to McManus. McManus now dancing around left side of the 18. As they're going to get tripped up and sent to the ground. We're going to see a whistle early on. It's Kalamazoo setting up how they want to take this free kick. Dangerous spot here for Lansing City, as goalkeeper Kelly's going to have to be aware. Try and play what post he wants to. As a couple of Eagles surrounding the ball here, as this one's going to be Ines on the left side. Unable to tell what number's on the right. But a lot of ball fakes like to be played here by this Kalamazoo offense. So we'll see which way they want to strike it. As they're not going to fake anything, send it straight up into the 18. McManus on the receiving end, trying to get something going honest early on. Lansing City playing it towards the middle of the field. Now they're going to elect to go left side. This is some slow-paced football here in the early minutes, but nobody trying to step down too far on that gas pedal early on. Just looking to keep everything going here, 14 minutes into the game. Everybody looking to keep each other honest, find each other's strengths and weaknesses, and put pressure where you find those weaknesses. As some good defense being played here by Guffroy. It's now Lansing City near middle of the field. They're going to try and go right side with it. It's going to be slowed up and played by McGallaghays, and then sent out of bounds. As Guffroy just going to try and slow him up here just a little bit, and then played in by Lansing City. It's McGallaghays. He's going to try and attack that right side. He's going to play it into the 18, and a shot's going to be rung off, but that's going to be a good save as Dolabaipu challenging Ferrari early on. But a good stop and save by Ferrari. Ramon Ferrari in net for Kalamazoo FC, the Mid-American Nazarene University Progress out of Portuguese. Lansing City's got the ball in their defensive end, trying to find somewhere to go. Kalamazoo trying to find a mistake and slip up, and will capitalize on the slip up as they're trying to, but well sought out here by Lansing City. Lansing City taking the slow approach. This one's going to be Victoria. On the other end, Zuge. As Zuge going to try and put something up into the middle for Dolabaipu, but that one's well taken care of by Kalamazoo. So we approach the 17-minute mark here in game time. Kalamazoo FC now down the left sideline. So they're going to look for something to be played into the 18 as that one well used to the noggin by Lansing City to keep it out. As into the 18 it goes for Guffroy. And then slowly taken care of once again. He's going to find into the middle Gaffara as they're just going to try and unleash a shot off the foot of Duran, but Duran not able to capitalize off of that one. Is Kelly now going to play something into this back line, as this one's going to be Takazimo, trying to sort out which way Lansing City wants to attack the defense of Kalamazoo. So they're just going to go straight after McGallaghays. So McGallaghays going to slip up and lose this one now. So in the middle of the field it goes for Ines. Ines sticking with it. He's going to switch up and go left side here. This is going to be Beauvain. Beauvain's going to play it. And then off of Lansing City it goes, but then back into Kalamazoo. This one's going to be Kanina. Kanina playing now to Beauvain. Beauvain back to Kanina. Slowly approaching goes Kalamazoo FC as they're just trying to find which side of the field they want to go, switching back from left to right and right to left. Now Colin Ines going to slow it back up, play into Beauvain, crossing now into the middle of the field. Beauvain going to McManus, and then off the foot of McManus it goes to Lansing City. Lansing City looking for something. They got Dolabaipu swarmed up top by 3 Eagles. So they're going to go left side here, trying to attack with Adam. But a good piece of tackling there by Kalamazoo FC's Duarte Ramos. As 19 minutes into the game, so we're still scoreless here, 0-0. As the last game here played at Mayors Riverfront Park was a 1-1 tie from the women's squad. But the women's squad finding their way into the win column yesterday with a 3-0 win over Michiana Lions. Good match played for the women, and a good way to find their way into the win column, as they also are looking for the hot start to this 2024 campaign. It's both sides of Kalamazoo FC squad looking to find their way and push for a playoffs berth. But we're still early on in the season. So everybody just trying to find their footing to the 2024 campaign, As played off the back foot of number 13, Triago. And out of bounds he goes for Kalamazoo FC. Slowly attacking middle of the field, it goes for Ines. As now Ines, he's going to go up and play to Guffroy. Guffroy back to Kanina. As this one's going to be Owen Smith. As now there's going to be a slip up and a shot on goal, and that one's going to be in the back of the net as Duran's going to find the first goal of the season for Kalamazoo FC. And now 21 minutes into the game, we're going to have the first goal of the season and a Kalamazoo FC lead. 1-0, 21-minute mark. As that first goal of the season, University of Mount Olive product on the board first this season for Kalamazoo FC. And now Kalamazoo FC can play their style of football they like to with the lead. And they can really separate themselves if they'd like to, just keeping that foot down on the gas pedal. But we'll see how Coach Shane Lyons wants to attack. And I mean, after the way the 2023 campaign went for the men, foot all the way down on the gas pedal, and we're scoring as many times as we can. Goal after goal, rack them up, boys. So Lansing City now going to play this one off the front sideline. And almost sticking with it goes McGallahay's. But then last touch by Kalamazoo FC, so Lansing City is going to stick with it. And then tripped up and hitting the floor goes McGallahay's, so the official's going to give a whistle here. Tell each other to clean up on the contact, and a yellow card's going to come out here early in this one for Matthias Guffroy. That's going to be his first of the match, so needing to play a little bit cleaner down on the field goes Guffroy, but it's nothing too alarming yet, just a yellow card. But I bet you Guffroy's going to be a lot more careful the rest of this matchup because you only get one free one. You can't get another one. And keep playing. As far played downfield and into Lansing City's keeper, Kelly. It goes. So now McManus going to get tripped up, and a couple of bodies hitting the floor here as that's number 10, Victoria, and McManus. McManus, he's going to play one all the way now into the 18. It goes, but a good piece of keeping here to keep this one right where it's at. As what an attempt there by Donovan Phillip. But an even better save there by Lansing's keeper, Kelly. As now struck up into the middle and taken away by Kalamazoo FC. They're going to try and go on the attack here. As once again, Matthias Guffroy out of bounds it goes, but last touch by Lansing City, so the Eagles going to keep possession here, their offensive half. So they're going to look to try and produce some more offense and even try and get that scoreboard to a larger lead than the 1-0 lead they got right now, 24 minutes into the matchup. Playing with the lead and playing with confidence so far goes Kalamazoo FC. It's going from far side to close side, in with Beauvain. Beauvain's going to shoot up the field for McManus, and then taken away by Lansing City, only to poke it out and almost get it right back. A good composure here being shown by Lansing City. Nobody's panicking, keeping control of the ball here, and trying to find the openings in that Kalamazoo defense, but there's not many, I will say, that Lansing is really attacking. However, they get something downfield and into their offensive half. Almost thought about going into the 18, but they're going to play it back to Zuge. Zuge goes left side with it, and now they're going to give it up top. This one's Gugamos. Gugamos slowing it down, and he's going to play it back into DeCosmo. As now Gugamos back to DeCosmo once again. DeCosmo says, here, no, you take it. And Gugamos once again with it. As slipped up and taken away once again by the Eagles, it goes. Now shooting far down that right sideline. It goes for Moen Smith into the 18. But another good piece of keeping here for Kelly, and then tripped up goes Emmanuel Duran. Still going to play on, though. And good defending out of that back line for Lansing City. Saves a goal. And another attempt. But nothing too challenging there, as over the top it went. And an Eagle is going to be down on the field. As it might just be a cramp down there on the field. Who knows? We're not going to try and assume anything, but back up and in action. It goes here for Donovan Phillip. As you really like to see that he's back up, because so far, just 26 minutes into this matchup, he has been producing good minutes with the rest of the Kalamazoo club as well. Lansing City going to keep this one inbound on that close sideline. It's going to go from Victoria and then back over on that left side now to Zuge. Zuge to Gugamos. Gugamos is going to keep it down that left sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Kalamazoo FC, so Lansing City is going to stick with it. Try and find some more openings as they're going to play this one into DeCosmo. DeCosmo playing in their defensive half. Now he's going to shoot one up across middle of the field, as this one's going to be here from McGallahay's. McGallahay's going to lose this one now as Gafaru Lansing City now trying to get something off, but deflected and out of bounds it rolls, as it's going to be a corner kick here for Lansing City. Last touch by an Eagle. "28 minutes into the matchup, 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC. A corner kick midway through the first half here for Lansing City. So it's going to be their first of the game. And a chance here to try and even this score up with the Eagles, as they still have a 1-0 lead 28 minutes into this game. Still trying to keep it pushing on. As slow out of the corner it goes for Lansing. Off the left foot into the middle of the 18, but nobody on the receiving end of it. Closest one was Adam. As now Adam playing good defense, only to send this one right back out of bounds. So Kalamazoo FC still going to stick with it in their own 18. It's going to be a goal kick here now for Ferrari. As it's just going to be played short off Ferrari and into Kanina. Back and forth between these two teams it goes. Still a 1-0 lead. And now a shot down the left sideline. This one's going to be for Gaffar. Gaffar going to put a move on and try and get around the defense of Lansing City. Then sent out by Lansing City. Now Kalamazoo just going to play it back into Ferrari. Ferrari's going to go to Beauvain. Now middle of the field it goes here for Ines. Colin Ines played back into the back line. This one's going to be for Duarte Ramos. Ramos over to Canina. Canina back to Beauvain. Beauvain now shoots it up the field to McManus. As McManus, he's going to just play this one on into Duran. Duran off the left foot into the 18. Chance here for Kalamazoo FC. Smith right side of the 18. Slips up, puts one up in the air. Nobody on the receiving end, though. And it's going to set up a corner kick here for Kalamazoo FC. Last touch by Lansing City. 30 minutes gone by here in the first half. 1-0 is the lead for the home team, Kalamazoo FC. Looking to put more salt in the wound and to extend their lead. It's now the corner kick. It's coming here from Colin Ines. Off the right foot of Ines. Looking for somebody in the 18, but nobody found for the Eagles. As that's going to be a shot rifled off the foot of Emmanuel Duran. And back it goes. So that one just soared over the net, but still a good look there from Duran. He's looking to keep it going early on in this one. Still the 1-0 lead, though, for the Eagles in their home opener. Just 31 minutes into the contest. It's going to be off the foot of the Cosmo and out of bounds. Kalamazoo FC going to take over near midfield with a throw-in of their own. Now a toss in. Looking down the field, they're going to find Phillip on the other end. Phillip, he's going to play it into Durham. Durham, middle of the field, the shot off the left foot, but out of bounds it goes for Mathis Guffroy. A good attempt, but nothing too challenging there for Kelly in the net for Lansing City. Still just trying to keep them on their toes and keep them guessing, keep them honest. As the range shots for Kalamazoo FC early on, not falling, but I'm sure they'll find the footing for it eventually. Still just early on in the first matchup of the year. In the first minutes we're really seeing here from this Kalamazoo FC squad in the 2024 campaign. Midfield being played by Lansing City as they're going to slow it up, and then now right back to it as McGallahay's. He's going to play this one into Victoria. Victoria trying to get something into the 18. He's going to find Dolabaipu, excuse me. And then out of bounds it goes. Nothing tempting there for Ferrari. So Lansing's just trying to find something to try and challenge Ferrari in between those posts. Good defense being played by the Eagles early on in this first half. Long ball played up for McManus. Bounced off the top and then kept back in. Now on the other end goes Beck for Lansing City. Lansing City's got some subs already into the game. So that one's popped in the air and lost by Kalamazoo FC, only to regain it. Now Phillip going, he's going to send a shot up the middle of the field to McManus. McManus has two defenders around him. But I believe it's going to be a handball from DeCosmo. Some explaining going on from the officials here to McManus. McManus thinking he saw something that the officials didn't see. However, it's still going to set up a free kick here in a dangerous spot for Kalamazoo FC. They've been trying to get the range shots working early on. So we approach the 35th minute in the first half. A dangerous striking spot here for Kalamazoo UFC as this one's going to be Emmanuel Duran. Or excuse me, actually, that going to be Donovan Phillip on the striking end. Phillip's going to use that left foot, send one up, but off the post. It goes just a little too much underneath it. It goes. An honest attempt there for Donovan Phillip out of Oakland University. Slow approaching and attacking. It's Lansing City not liking what they saw down on the field with a man down. However, they're going to be able to try and keep this one honest. Still in bounds. Oh, middle of the box now, the 18 it goes. However, nobody for Kalamazoo FC around it. Kelly's just going to scoop this one up and avoid troubleness here for Lansing City. Now they're going to attack left side. This one's going to be thrown into Adam. So now it's going to go right side for McGallagher. And then a takeaway here for Guffroy. Guffroy playing some good defense near the middle of the field. And we're going to get a whistle now and a free kick. Lansing City quickly out of the free kick opportunity. And a nice piece of tackling there by Beauvain. Beauvain just going to send it up the middle of the field to McManus. As now it's going to go left side to Gaffar. Able to keep it in bounds off the long touch. However, they're going to say it went out. And last touch by Gaffar. So McGallagher is on the toss in for Lansing City. DeCosmo slowly trying to attack this defense of Kalamazoo FC, but a slip up by McGallagher, and now Ain's going to toss it middle of the field here to McManus. McManus, though, going to get this one taken away. Good defense played by Lansing City. Lansing City is going to try and attack now that right side. This is going to be Zugay. However, it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Lansing City. And now here's the start of an attack here for Kalamazoo. Far into their own defensive side. Beauvain on the toss. That's going to find the head of a Lansing defender. It's now outside the 18. A strike off the left foot. That one's going to be deflected there by Owen Smith. As now a good ball fake and a good takeaway now by Smith for Kalamazoo FC. Almost a good ball fake by Lansing City, but Smith able to sniff it out. And now Owen Smith going far down that right sideline. He's going to slow it up. Play it in that left foot now to Guffroy. Guffroy almost slipping up, but a good piece of attacking and sticking with it goes Emmanuel Duran. As Duran's now just going to slow it up and play it back in. As here goes Kanina. Going to play it right side. Crossing midfield it goes. Kalamazoo FC slowly approaching. Just playing good possession here in the late stages of the first half. Beauvain now with it left side. He's going to switch it back up to Kanina, middle of the field. FC just stretching out the minutes here, trying to shift from one side of the field to the other and try and get Lansing City to really set up on one side and then go and attack the other, it seems to be. So they're going to try and go left side here for Duran. But Duran's going to slip up on the tackle. Lansing City going to take over in their defensive end. It's back and forth it goes between Lansing. Victoria going to play it into Zugay. Zugay going to switch it up. Now still keeping it left side across middle of the field. Slowly attacking goes Lansing City. Trying to keep composure here and find an equalizing goal into the back of the net. Good defense being played, though. A handball that's going to be missed by the officials. Absolutely blasphemous as it was right in front of them. Don't know how you missed that one. Everybody in the stadium saw it, letting them hear it. now a player for Lansing, or excuse me, for Kalamazoo FC down on the field. Seems to be just a cramp as teammates stretching him out over there, and the athletic trainer going to come out onto the field. As with that, we'll be back here on the Kalamazoo FC YouTube when play resumes here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. As we are back and into action here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. 1-0 is the score here. Kalamazoo FC out in front in the late stage of this first half. As Beauvain is going to play it in to Nick Kanina. Kanina is going to go right side. As the cramped up defender Owen Smith's back up and in the action for Kalamazoo FC. So the humidity could just be getting to everybody early on. As, I mean, it's going to be a long summer. Hot, humid, hopefully a dry summer. Says last summer, that was the conditions we were all used to. It was so dry. I mean, the grass on the field, half the field was yellow. Better this year, though. Green all over. And hopefully we get that every match this year. Just pristine conditions to keep everybody happy. And keep all these games rolling on time and on schedule. It's Kalamazoo crossing midfield now. Looking to attack that left side. They're going to play a ball into Gaffroy. Gaffroy going to use that left foot. Something challenging for Kelly. Smith now on the receiving end. He's going to try and get something over the defense for Lansing, but unable to do so. But sticking with it outside the 18 with a takeaway is Kalamazoo FC. Only for Lansing City, right as I say it, to get it back and shoot one up the field. However, Ferrari in net for Kalamazoo FC is going to take care of it with ease. Nothing too challenging in the offensive zone from Lansing as they're just trying to slow this one up and get it towards halftime. Kalamazoo, that is. Slowly. Now Beauvain going to shoot it up middle of the field, looking for Phillip. Phillip going to McManus. However, that backline defense from Lansing City going to get to it before McManus could even get a touch. It's middle of the field now. Attacking goes Lansing City. As a lot of room over there for Gugamos. And then played back. Now it goes into Yasen. Over on that left side, Yasen trying to get something. And wanted a call there. However, the officials not seeing it. And then actually going to give it to him. So now it's going to be a corner kick. Last touch by Kalamazoo FC. And then out of bounds, so a corner kick here for Lansing City. 44 minutes into the game. Quickly approaching halftime. Still a 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC. Only up 1 to a scoreless Lansing. As this one's going to be played dangerously into the 18 and then well taken care of on the defensive end for Kalamazoo FC. Kelly, though, going to keep it in Lansing City's offensive half. as McGallagher is going to try and attack the middle of the field. As Carroll going to get this one taken away and not happy with it, going to give the officials a couple of words of choice. But Lansing City still going to keep with it. As a dangerous ball played into the 18, finding a receiving head on the end. However, nothing tempting or too tempting for Ramon Ferrari. As now it's just going to be all extra time and a yellow card here being pulled out against Lansing City. Not really sure as to why, but officials having a reason behind it. It's Ferrari trying to find somebody down near the middle of the field as he's going to show off that leg here in the middle stages of the game. So he's going to find Guffroy on it and now bounce to Philip McManus. He's going to shoot it left side. Now Guffroy going to use that left foot off the foot of McManus. But offside's going to be the call. Brandon McManus, a good feed there from Mathis Guffroy. However, you're going to say it was offsides, no goal. Still just a 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC, but some dangerous chances here in the late stages of the first half. Still just keeping the lead at 1-0, though, goes Lansing City of this first half. Only now to get this one set up near midfield. Last touch by Bovain, and out of bounds it goes. So Dolabaipu is going to give it over to McGallagher, and then the toss-in is going to be sent right back out of bounds by Guffroy. Lansing City going to reset. So now Adam, he's going to toss in to DeCosmo. DeCosmo's going to play it to Gugamos, and now we're going to get a whistles, and that's going to be all for the first half. 47 minutes gone by as the lead's going to stick out for Kalamazoo FC. A good first half is now in the books in 15 minutes between us and the second half of action. So we'll be back here in 15 minutes on Kalamazoo FC's YouTube as the 1-0 lead. A good first half played by both these teams. Kalamazoo FC getting the better of Lansing City in that first half. They're going to go into the locker room, chat it up with Coach Lyons, and come back and attack the second half. However, a 1-0 lead for Kalamazoo FC after one half being through, as we'll see you back here in 15 minutes. My name's Sebastian O'Leary. Thanks for sticking around. And half two underway here from Mayor's Riverfront Park. A 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC as we are back and in action here. Lansing City quickly coming out of the gates into the second half. And knocked away, but approaching the 18. And then well taken care of by that defense of Kalamazoo FC as the Eagles now approaching their offensive half early in this second half as they're going to play one into the box for Phillip as bounced around and taken care of by that back line. But still a good attempt nonetheless for Kalamazoo FC to get it down the field quickly and into their offensive half. Now awaiting a corner kick as last touch by Adam. It goes. And now Kalamazoo FC with a corner kick in the first minute of this second half. Still just a 1-0 lead off that early first half goal. As into the 18 and a shot rung off over top of the net. A good look for Kalamazoo FC. Lansing gonna elect to go short into their back line. It's now up the field. Trying to get around the Eagles' defense is now crossing half field it goes here for Lansing City. Back and forth, and then taken away by Owen Smith. It's Lansing now an opportunity up the field, but too hard struck trying to get it there, and out of bounds it rolls. Lansing City just going to give this one right back to the Eagles. It's going to be an easy goal kick here for Ferrari. So they're just going to try and set themselves up into this second half and keep the gas pedal down to the floor, as this is where you can start seeing some of the guys start to fly around the field and really start to drain their gas tanks. As it's just this second half all left in the matchup in between these two squads. It's a ball off the foot of Ferrari into the offensive end for Kalamazoo FC. Quickly going, trying to find something in the middle. However, well taken care of. Quickly it went for Gafar, but nothing too tempting there. Kalamazoo FC as getting away easily goes Lansing. Corner kick here coming off the foot of Colin Hines, that University of Louisville product. Early minutes of the second half as a good corner attempt there from Hines. Now it's going to find number 28, Duran. Only to get it taken away goes Kalamazoo FC. And now a late whistle from the officials. They're going to point this one back into Kalamazoo's offensive end, but Lansing actually going to walk away with it. So Lansing having possession there, defensive half of the field. See officials stop and play up a little bit. That's just going to add a little bit of time here into the extra time in this second half, as we're still just early into this second half. Just a 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC. And their home opener looking to walk away with a 3-point victory. So we're going to get some more whistles. Now we're going to be able to resume play here. Officials ready to get action going here as DeCosmo going to play it. Short corner into Zuge. Zuge going to play across the middle of the field here, only to get that taken away by the Eagles. But now poked out, and a chance here for Lansing. Is almost slipping up, bouncing off defenders. It goes from Kalamazoo, and then sent out of bounds. And a reset. Smart use of defensive skills there by Kalamazoo FC. And a good way to reset, get back on the same page as Bovain. The high IQ play to keep Kalamazoo to having their lead and trying to just keep the composure in the defensive end. A toss in here from Lansing City. Trying to find something on that left side of the field. As back and forth it goes, and now sent back out of bounds. Not much movement around in that left corner from Lansing City. Foster's going to toss this one in. And then Sloan back up into DeCosmo in that back line for Lansing City. As DeCosmo, the slow pass is going to get taken away by Gaffar. Gaffar's going to play this one into Phillip up the sideline. And then well taken care of by DeCosmo, played into Kelly, and Lansing City just going to slowly approach their possession now. DeCosmo with it right side of the field. He's going to just pass it up near midfield. And a mistake by Lansing City and a costly takeaway. So now it goes middle of the field for Gaffroy. And Gaffroy just going to slip up and lose it back over to Lansing City. Lansing City now going to cross the middle of the field and attack that left side of the defense for Kalamazoo FC. Foster try and get something into the middle of the field. He's going to take a shot. That's going to get deflected off of an Eagle body. As now Gaffroy going to pick him up defensively. As Gaffroy going to try and say he got all ball on that one. However, the official's going to say otherwise, and we're going to get a whistle here, setting up Lansing City in a good spot offensively. As now Kalamazoo is going to have to recoup and get themselves on the right footing here defensively. So now some guys for Kalamazoo FC up and warming up. So we're going to get some switches here as coming into the game, number 14, Asher Barnes, and number 98, Luke Kalavitz. So now off the left foot into the middle, finding a head, but nothing early on for Lansing City as the late attack far right of the net. Just needing a little bit earlier timing. That one could have been good to find the equalizer here for Lansing. However, 52 minutes gone by in this matchup as some switches coming in for Kalamazoo FC as Barnes, Kalavitz, and Kalamazoo's very own Pepe Martinez, one of the few returners on this Kalamazoo FC squad. He's fresh off the plane ride from Spain yesterday. So he's just checking in, getting some early minutes for Kalamazoo FC. As the Kalamazoo crowd giving a roar for Pepe as he comes onto the field. Not many returners here for this squad for Kalamazoo FC. They got Ryan Bayless, Pepe Martinez, and Brandon McManus. Those are going to be the three returners. Everybody else is a new face on this Kalamazoo FC squad as Ferrari going to have some really good goalkeeping to keep this one score-wise where it's at. As a good attempt there for Lansing City, trying to attack. So now Kalamazoo FC going to play it up the sideline into Phillip. Phillip's going to have a good ball off the back heel to McManus. McManus going to try and find Phillip in the middle of the field. However, good defensive play by DeCosmo to get that one out. And slow back up Kalamazoo FC. Still in their offensive end, Pepe Martinez. He's going to play this one into Kalavitz. Kalavitz going now into that back line. This is going to be here for Duarte Ramos. Ramos, he's going to go up far side to Barnes. Right sideline here, and Barnes going to slip up and a takeaway here for Lansing City. Lansing trying to get something going middle of the field. As this is going to be Gugamos kind of running into Asher Barnes and then hitting the floor, but the ref's going to give him a whistle nonetheless, stop-up play. And then quickly going with a boot over to that right side of the field. This is going to be McGallahay's for Lansing City, as he's going to be picked up by Barnes. Barnes playing some good defense. And then a shot rung off by number 3 for Lansing City. Is that one going to be wide and way up top? Nothing challenging there for Ferrari, as he's just going to let that one go out of bounds and try and set Kalamazoo up with some offensive momentum. Ferrari sending everybody back down the field, looking like he's going to show off that leg. Everybody around midfield except for the back line. I mean, even then, they're still playing up. As a booming kick off the leg of Ferrari. Owen Smith giving chase on it, but Lansing City going to come down and try and get their attack back where they left off. They're going to go left side now into the 18 looking to get something over the middle. They're going to go fake it right side. Another chance for Lansing City. However, it's going to find a body of a Kalamazoo FC defender. Back the other way it goes here, as this one's going to be Asher Barnes playing it up left side. Back in now it goes to Gaffar. Gaffar giving chase to Phillips. Phillips now. Some aggression early on, but nothing as a result of good keeping there by Kelly and Lansing City's keeper between the posts, keeping this offensive Kalamazoo FC honest. 55 minutes gone by, 10 minutes into this second half. Still a 1-0 lead for Kalamazoo FC. Gaffar now, he's going to try and play it into Kalavitz. Now Kalavitz with it, middle of the field. Giving chase, a good slide there to keep it in Kalamazoo's possession. As now a ball is going to be struck over on that right side, looking for Phillips. But Lansing City back on in their defensive end. Almost some strugglesome minutes, as this is going to be a whistle there for Kalamazoo FC. Is not liking what they were seeing. Go the officials. The number 14, Asher Barnes, tripped up on that play. It's going to set up a free kick in the offensive end for Kalamazoo FC. So they were showing off their range in the legs in the first half. We'll see how they're going to want to set up here. Well inside their offensive half, as it's going to be Owen Smith looking to take the free kick. Smith going to set up the Eagles. So they're only going to have 3 bodies outside of the 18. Everybody else inside, looking to do some damage on the interior. One's going to be sent into the 18 off the left foot of Smith. Finding the back head and almost into the back of the net, but wide left. A good attempt there by Kalamazoo FC and Brandon McManus. Just needing to find the right location to get that one into the back of the net. However, regardless, the score still right where it was at, 1-0. Kalamazoo FC, nothing hurt. Just keeping that pressure on the back line and defense entirely of Lansing. As Triago going to be stepping in and getting some minutes here for Lansing City. As here we go once again, back in action. 58 minutes of play gone by. As Beauvain going to get a takeaway and keep it into Kalamazoo's offensive end. Pepe Martinez swarmed the middle of the field. He's going to give it to Beauvain. Beauvain looking to get something going. Excuse me, that's Kalavitz. As a swarm of Eagles, middle of the field, just trying to keep it in their offensive half. They're going to play one over top and into Phillips. Phillips now to the 18, and then bounced out, last touch by number 6, Carroll of Lansing City. So it's still going to be set up offensively for Kalamazoo FC, well inside their offensive half. Approaching that 58th or 59th minute in this second half. Still, score right where it's at, 1-0. Kalamazoo FC leads. As Barnes with the toss in, he's going to try and look for Phillip. Phillip now going to find Smith. So now Asher Barnes just going to play it back over to Duarte Ramos. Ramos with it. He's going to go right back over that right sideline. Phillip now with it. He's going to send something into the other side of the 18. However, nothing on the receiving end but a Lansing City jersey. And still, Kalamazoo FC setting up good chances, keeping the pressure on Lansing City's defense. They're trying to find something into the back of the net and extend this 1-0 lead, make it a 2-0 lead. As the pressure's on here for Lansing City, a corner kick on the way from Kalamazoo FC's Owen Smith. Smith set up in the right corner, using the left foot, finding something into the 18, and then popped up in the air from Lansing City's defense. And then back on the other receiving end goes Pepe Martinez. Pepe going to try and play it into the baseline, looking for Phillips. And a whistle's going to stop everything up. Lansing City, a sigh of relief. And now back the other way it goes here for Lansing. 60 minutes gone by here. 30 minutes and whatever's left in extra time. Kalamazoo still trying to hold on to that 1-0 lead as Lansing City's trying to find the equalizer and knock on that door of the home team. Some really good minutes being played here by Sylvain. And now he's just going to toss it over on that left side. Lansing City trying to get something into the 18. However, well defended, played by Kalamazoo FC. And once again, number 98, Kalavitz, going to just poke this one out and reset for Kalamazoo FC here. But a tempting corner kick for Lansing City, as Victoria going to be taking this corner kick. A good corner kick sent in, trying to find a Lansing City offensive player, but well taken care of defensively, and a whistle from the officials. That one going to reset play here. Somebody was offsides. Kalamazoo FC now in their defensive half, trying to get something brewing, as we're just now middle stages of this second half. Still 1-0 lead here. 61 minutes, approaching that 62nd. As the home team still looking to keep everyone honest and happy with their 1-0 lead. And the pressure's still on here. As Ferrari going to use that leg, send it well over middle of the field into the offensive end for Kalamazoo FC. Now a ball going to be played right side there for Phillips on the receiving end. He's just going to try and keep composure here. Send it left side of the 18, but Kelly going to jump up, use two hands, and bring it down. Good piece of goalkeeping there by Lansing City's player between the posts. Wasteful in possession goes Lansing City. Now Kalamazoo going to be able to hop on top of it in their offensive half. A toss in here for Smith. Smith's going to stick with it now inside the 18, looking to set up his teammates. Going to take a shot on goal, but that one's stopped by Kelly. Diving save there by Lansing City's keeper. Score is going to stay right where it's at. As a sliding Owen Smith going to pick up a yellow card there as he was just trying to go for the ball. And now the red card's going to come out into play. And I believe that's going to be all we're going to see here today from Owen Smith. So he's walking back off that field. As not the slide you're looking for. However, Kalamazoo FC still having bodies in which way they can go. But now a player down because of the red card. Still just trying to keep that lead. 1-0 though, and a player down now for Kalamazoo FC. As the season's going to be filled with moments of adversity, and it's how you can respond to it and take away. So some early adversity on into the season with the red card coming into play. However, Phillips just going to try and take this game back into Kalamazoo's control. A couple of players colliding middle of the field. Phillips going to be down. And we're going to get some whistles here, stopping up some play here. As just 64 minutes into play here, the athletic trainer going to come onto the field. And with that, we'll be right back here on the Kalamazoo FC YouTube channel. So thanks for tuning into this live stream midway through this second half, as we're going to take a break here and take a minute to thank our sponsors. Thank you for sticking around here on the Kalamazoo FC live stream. As resuming play, here we go. As Phillip back into the match. Up the sideline, just needing a drink. The humidity is starting to cramp some players up. But 25 minutes left to go here in this second half. A 1-0 lead for the home team, Kalamazoo FC. Lansing City, though, with the advantage, the 11-on-10, due to a red card against Owen Smith, leaving Kalamazoo stranded by a man. However, still playing aggressive football, go the Eagles. As stopped up by the officials, and then once again, back resuming play goes Lansing City. They're going to try and put something onto that right side of the field. So McMahon is going to pick him up middle of the field, and then taken away by Kalamazoo FC, and then out of bounds it goes. It's Lansing City playing back into their defensive half. As DeCosmo going to play it over now and into Carroll. Carroll crossing midfield. He's going to play one up, and that's going to get possession lost. But then right back to Lansing City it goes, off the foot of a Kalamazoo FC player, and out of bounds it goes. Last touched, I do believe, by Asher Barnes. Now Lansing City trying to cook something up in their offensive half. However, a bad pass, and Brandon McManus going to take over on that one all day. Shooting something up middle of the field. He's going to have Phillip on chase. Something that could give some trouble to the keeper. However, well taken care of by Kelly. And back across midfield it goes, only to roll out of bounds. Last touch by Lansing City, so Kalamazoo FC in their defensive half going to take over with a toss-in. Ball played middle of the field. Trying to get something into their offensive half goes Lansing City. Well defended, though, by Kalamazoo FC. Pepe Martinez going to play a ball over to Asher Barnes down that far sideline. Or close sideline, excuse me. As out of bounds it goes. And another substitution wanting to go onto the field. However, going to be stopped up by the officials. And now a substitution coming on for Kalamazoo as the University of Calvin product Oliver Akintade onto the field as one of the better Division III players in the country, hailing all the way from Calvin University. As he's going to get some play that is going to test him here, as he was a Michigan State University player and transferring down to the Division III level and playing on a very good nationally ranked squad over at Calvin. As he gets some good play over there in the MIAA conference. But Kalamazoo FC still a man down, taking a slower approach, only to speed it back up and looking for Akintade down the field it goes. It's Akintade. Something played right between the legs, as he's going to be the lone man trying to chase that back line around and try and get somewhere and capitalize on a mistake if they produce one. As they're going to produce one right there. Akintade, he's going to play it over to Pepe Martinez. This could be a combination we see all season long. Martinez trying to feed Akintade. That one's going to roll a little too far away. But that's a combination that could be deadly here in the USL too. Great Lakes Division, that Martinez to Akintade combination. It's one we could be seeing all season long. Lansing City now having something testing against Ferrari, but wide left it rolls. So that one got by Ferrari. And Kalamazoo FC is going to get their own sigh of relief. That one could have been an easy one to capitalize on for Lansing City. However, not finding the result they want. Wide left it goes. 1-0 still the score here. It's Kalamazoo FC still the lead here in the middle stages of the second half. A corner kick going to be played here from Lansing City. So they're looking to find the equalizer, trailing Kalamazoo by 1. This one's going to be played off the corner, trying to find somebody on the back receiving end. Over top it goes. Akintade looking to take care of it. as this is going to be last touched by a Lansing City player, and out of bounds it goes. Kalamazoo FC looking to attack late here in the second half. "20 minutes of action, and then whatever's left in extra time here for Kalamazoo FC to try and extend this lead. Akintade giving chase into that back line. Good composure, though, by DeCampos. McManus. And the takeaway by Lansing City. McManus just trying to give some breathing room to that defensive Kalamazoo FC. Near midfield it goes here for DeCosmo, excuse me. And then down the left sideline, out of bounds. Last touch by Kalamazoo FC. As the toss in to the 18 it goes. Almost a on the defensive end. However, able to escape free and, I should say, escaping goal free. Lansing City trying to get something going. Their offensive half, however, well taken care of. And now something going here as they got a 2-on-2 up the field. Akintade's got a ball down the left sideline. He could play it back if he'd like. Gafar, the lone man inside the 18 for Kalamazoo FC. Everybody else back down into the middle of the field. That's how Kalamazoo FC is going to try and attack it now, as they're going to just play it right back in to that back line. As Canino with it, middle of the field. So he's going to just try and play something in the defensive half for Lansing City. However, Lansing still going to try and give some chase here down on that far side of the field. Slipping up and giving it back to Pepe Martinez. It goes. Martinez, middle of the field. Akintade giving chase. Pepe Martinez going to use that left foot. However, deflected by Kelly. And wide left it goes. So a good chance here late in the second half for Pepe Martinez. As usually last season, we would see Pepe Martinez try and give something to his team. However, trying to take it himself and extend the lead for Kalamazoo FC. A good attempt to try and get that keeper for Lansing City, Kelly. But a good piece of keeping. It's going to keep it right back out. Good defense being played by Lansing City. Having the man advantage does help them in the offensive zone. And then out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Lansing City. A costly mistake here. So you're going to want to make less and less as this game starts dwindling down into the last 15 minutes of play. Akintade, the soft touch, is going to be taken away by Lansing City. He's trying to get something with the momentum they have. They're going to go middle of the field. Lansing City now into the 18, and a sliding save by Ferrari. As that's just heads up keeping to come out and make the sliding stop and freeze that offense right in its tracks. Ferrari going to play this one out and try and set his team up something in the offensive half. This one's going to be overplayed for Barnes. Barnes lost it in the middle of the air off the foot. However, Pepe Martinez is going to try and stick with it. He's got two players swarming around him, making contact as the officials kind of looking around and talking with some players down on the field. Martinez trying to plead his case. No cards coming out, though. That's the sight you want to see, especially when you're already a man down from a red card in this match. The way Akintade and Martinez back to it. Middle of the field goes Akintade. Oliver Akintade going to slow things back up here. Try and just make a smart possession. Now they're going to try and shoot it right side to Asher Barnes. However, Lansing City just going to get a foot underneath it and keep it themselves. 76 minutes gone by here in this matchup. dwindling down into the last moments. There's going to be a ball played up into Ferrari. Almost a slight confusion in the back line, or in between the back line and Ferrari. However, sent out of bounds. And a reset here for the defense of Kalamazoo FC. Top of the 18. Now something that's going to be sent in. Challenging Ferrari, but the crossbar is going to help them. Lansing City's hands on top of their head for the front strikers, as they knew that they needed that one. Here comes another chance for Lansing City. Left side of the 18. A ball sent back up into the middle. However, well defended and taken care of by Kalamazoo FC. This one's going to find its way back up to the middle of the field before it heads out of bounds. Still needing to stay on top and keep pace defensively goes Kalamazoo FC. This one's going to be up in the air after last touch by Bovane. Akintade giving chase as Messinger for Lansing City going to try and switch it up and go the other side of the field. So now Lansing City trying to get something into the 18, deflected off a Kalamazoo defender, and out of bounds it goes. It's going to set up a corner kick here for Lansing City. 77 minutes gone by, approaching the 78. Capitalize as soon as they can. Not going to get many chances in the final stages, so really needing to make the most out of every chance that they get, especially with the man advantage. Ball well struck. Ferrari going to get a hand on it, trying to send it out. Lansing City going to put another shot off after the attempt, but this one going to roll back out. And a good defensive stand by Kalamazoo FC, only for Lansing to get it back middle of the field. Now they're going to go left side, their offensive half. Shoot it back right side into the 18. However, nobody could get back on the other receiving end for Lansing City. And now it's going to be a goal kick for Ferrari. As Grayson Mercer going to be checking into the matchup, as well as Felix Trzynski. As some late substitutions coming in for McManus, as he's had some quality minutes today, as well as number 12, Kabiru Gafara, playing really well in the home opener. And we're going to get a whistle from the officials in the offensive zone at Kalamazoo FC, as it's going to set us up in our own offensive half. A 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC. Late stages of the second half. They're going to have 10 minutes of regular time and whatever else of extra time, whatever's going to be given. It's a free kick attempt here. Not in striking distance of the net. However, they're going to play something into the 18. Pepe Martinez on the other end of it. However, a whistle. And play is going to be stopped up as a good attempt there by Grayson Mercer and Pepe Martinez to go up and get it. However, score is going to stay right where it's at. Just a 1-goal advantage here for Kalamazoo FC entering the last 10 minutes of regular time. Stranded a man down due to a red card. Goes Kalamazoo FC, still trying to hang on to that 1-0 lead. So they got the advantage on the score. And now a ball played in for Mercer. Mercer's got a one-on-one attempt. Now it's 3-on-1. Lansing City with the man advantage. They're going to play it into Barnes right side. Barnes going to play something over the middle and deflected. Good defensive stand for Lansing City into Cosmo. Kalamazoo FC down a man, still putting the pressure on in their offensive chances. So you got to be impressed with the way that this offense is producing, as they've been stranded about the last 15, 20 minutes. A man down and still putting up A lot of chances attacking that net and keeping Kelly honest in between those posts. Corner kick going to be sent in by Pepe Martinez. Nobody on the receiving end, and now there's going to be a whistle. Once again, and I believe it's just going to be Lansing City to come away with it. It's going to be a goal kick here for Kelly. Needing to get something going on that far end of the field for Lansing City. They don't have much time. Miles Foster going to come into the game here for Lansing City. See the game for Lansing City. So they're going to need to keep the pressure on. Foster could be a key piece into tying this ball game back up. Foster going to give here middle of the field, and now they're going to take a shot down the field only to get it scooped up by Ferrari. Good piece of communication down on the defensive end for Kalamazoo FC. Ferrari's going to try and send one all the way up the field for Barnes. A good attempt, but an also good read there by Messinger for Lansing City. Now something middle of the field. Pepe Martinez playing with some aggressive football. Into the corner. Akintade hitting the floor. They're going to say it was all clean, though. Kalamazoo FC still playing aggressive as it's going to be deflected off Beck, and out of bounds it goes. So a goal kick once again here for Ferrari. 83 minutes gone by here. So we're going to have 7 minutes and whatever's left in extra time. Kalamazoo FC desperately wanting to hang on to this one. Short a man, but still having the advantage on the scorecards. 1-0. And having a barrage of attempts down on their offensive zone. It's Akintade. He's going to be giving chase. So they're going to just play this one back into Kelly. Kelly's going to set it up middle of the field. Receiving end, though, Pepe Martinez. Kalamazoo FC going to keep control. So now it's going to be Mercer. He's going to give back to Akintade. And now Kalamazoo's just going to try and slow things up here. However, dangerously giving chase goes Lansing City. So now Ferrari's just going to use the boot, send it back up the middle of the field to Mercer. And Kelly's going to hop back on top of it and set Lansing City up middle of the field. Pepe Martinez trying to just disrupt the play, but sticking with it goes Lansing City. Back and forth in between the back. Approaching the 18. He's going to shot one off with the left foot. Sticking with it goes Lansing City. Trying to keep all of their chances honest and clean. So they're still looking to find that equalizer, trailing 1-0 against the Eagles in their home opener here for the 24 campaign. Kalamazoo FC looking to keep their lead and walk away with the first. To be popped up. Last touch by Kalamazoo FC. A good defensive stand now played back in by Lansing City. Messinger with it around the 18. He's going to play one in. And then back out it goes from Beck. Carroll going to play it over right side. Kalamazoo FC trying to give chase on it. That's going to be Mercer. But Lansing City still going to keep it their offensive half of the field. They're going to shoot one now into the 18. This one going to be taken care of, though, by Drzinski. Lansing City still trying to stick with it. Put one up top, but over the goalpost it goes, and Ferrari jumping in the attempt. However, it's going to still be too high, and above the post it goes. A good attempt, though, here for for Lansing City against that Kalamazoo defense. 4 minutes left in extra time. And just a 1-0 lead here for Kalamazoo FC. It's where you could see Kalamazoo FC just trying to play keep away and keep this out of the offensive zone from Lansing City. However, you could also see Kalamazoo take their chances when they get it in their offensive zone. Just trying to play clean football, keep it away, and keep it in their zone as Off the foot of Akintade, it goes to Mercer. Mercer is going to go inside the 18, slipping up. No call from the official. And now Mercer hitting the ground once again, just getting pushed all. Akintade defended by two Lansing City defenders, still walking away with it out of the corner and played back into Martinez. Martinez going to stick around with it here atop the 18. Body's hitting the floor. Martinez, though, sticking with it, dribbling around, trying to get something over to his left foot. He's going to get a shot off, but that's deflected by a Lansing City defender. And then sent back out it goes. Lansing City, a good defensive possession. Now offensively it goes here for Lansing. Middle of the field it goes for Zuge. Zuge, he's going to elect to go left side to Messinger. Messinger trying to get something into the 18. Something off the left foot, trying to find somebody inside the 18. Goes Lansing City, but Akintade going to take care of it and set up the keeper Ferrari with a goal kick. Ferrari with it in his own net. 1-0. Approaching extra time. 88 minutes gone by here in this matchup. As well struck by Ferrari into the offensive zone for Kalamazoo FC. Giving chase is Lansing. Good sliding attempt to keep it in bounds. However, just getting away from it is Jarzynski. And now having to set up defensively goes Kalamazoo. A ball played in by Messinger. He's just going to play it back into the keeper, Kelly. Kelly's going to switch sides of the field. And Lansing going to try and attack that right side. Sticking with it, right side. Played into the offensive half for Lansing. It goes. A good slide tackle. And a way to slow it up here for Kalamazoo. Lansing still with it offensively. Now they're going to speed it up and take it into their offensive half. Left foot struck in wide left. Once again it goes. As even under the headphones I heard the shins colliding. And man, oh man, that one definitely not feeling good off the well-struck ball by McGallagher, as the shin contact there by the two players still has McGallagher down on the floor. However, he's going to get up, seem to tie that shoe, and we should be underway. As it's good to see McGallagher back up, trying to get that feeling back in the foot, as it's going to be a corner kick here for Lansing City. Well struck into the 18, trying to find somebody on the receiving end. So they're going to get one, but not a good ball played off the contact. Lansing City slowing it up near middle of the field, only to speed it right back up and try and tempt Ferrari with something, but making the jumping stop goes Ferrari. And now it's all extra time here in the rest of the match with the home opener and season opener W, and put 3 points on the board. As Barnes now, he's going to have something played in here, as he's going to be tripped up and a whistle, as they're going to say no call there from Lansing City inside the 18. A dangerous move for Lansing City, but it's going to benefit them as they're walking away near midfield, and across it goes into the offensive zone, as now it's going to be a whistle here. Slowing up into the offensive end, it goes for Lansing. As it's all just extra time here. Lansing City trying to find something to equalize and walk away out of here with some points if they can get a tie to their name. However, Kalamazoo FC just needing to hang on in this final minutes of play. Ricocheted off a Kalamazoo defender, and back out the 18 it goes. Lansing City still in possession. So they're going to slow it up and go right side of the field. As really almost near midfield in Kelly. So they're going to try and find something right side of the 18, only to get Akintade now to Mercer. Mercer giving chase, and they're just going to play it back into Kelly and let Kelly keep it in possession for Lansing City. Dancing around it goes now for Lansing City, left side of their offensive zone. So they're going to play it back, and then back into the 18 it goes. Well struck, but deflected by Kalamazoo. Still in their offensive half goes Lansing City. That shot's going to be deflected off a defender and end up wide over the net. Defensively, really well played by Kalamazoo FC. Being a man down and still putting in quality minutes. Go the Eagles as they're trying to keep the season and home opener alive for the fans here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. But hopping back on top goes Ferrari. And he's going to send everybody back down towards the middle of the field. Try and drain the clock a little bit. And set up Kalamazoo down the field. 93 minutes of play gone by. And Ferrari just trying to close this one out. Still the shutout to his name. Lansing City not able to find the back of the net. A booming kick off the foot of Ferrari. Looking for Akintade. He's going to have Mercer giving chase as well. It's now near the middle of the field. Kalamazoo still going to stick with it. As we're going to hear the final three whistles in this matchup. Kalamazoo FC going to start their season off the way they wanted to. As Coach Shane Lyons got to be happy with the way that they played here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. And the opening W for the Eagles on the season is they're going to join some of the teams at the top of the conference as AFC Ann Arbor only one match played and a win. As Midwest United, 3 matches played, 2 wins and a tie. As joining the top 3 teams in the league now is Kalamazoo FC, as they're going to have some quality minutes all over the season. However, the next time we're going to see this team in action here at Mayor's Riverfront Park, June 1st against the Flint City Bucks, as the defending champions coming into Mayor's Riverfront Park trying to make a statement and say that this is their league. However, Kalamazoo trying to take back on top after the 23 campaign not going their way, as the 2-time defending champs last year gave it up to Flint City, but now looking to reclaim their spot at the top. As the next 3 matches, May 22nd, May 25th, and May 29th, all going to be away. As the next time we'll see you here, like I said, at Mayor's Riverfront Park, June 1st against Flint City Bucks. As thank you to everybody tuning in here on the live stream for Kalamazoo FC, walking away with the 1-0 victory against Lansing City and making their claim here early on in the 24 campaign goes Kalamazoo FC. Thank you to everybody joining in. Thank you to the sponsors for Kalamazoo FC. As we're going to wrap this one up here, my name's Sebastian O'Leary. Stick around with us for the 2024 season, as we'll be here every home game at Mayor's Riverfront Park. Good night, everybody.